Hey guys, welcome back to another today's video. In today's video, it's going to be a brand new video, part of my series of breaking up the two-party duopoly. And in this new video, it's going to be talking about another candidate running for governor of New Jersey, or should I say running for governor of the Garden State. And this is another third-party candidate running for governor of running to be governor of New Jersey, the state of New Jersey. And his name is Greg Mele, running as a nominee of the Libertarian Party. He's a political activist, and he's a former congressional candidate of New Jersey's that originally ran in New Jersey's seventh congressional district back in the year of 2018 during that massive blue wave year. And he's running for governor of New Jersey. And just like all the other videos, I will be talking about him and what type of person he's going to be as a candidate, and informing you on some of his positions, on some of his platforms, on what type of governor he's going to be and where he's going to take the Garden State for generations, and I mean generations to come. And right now, he's currently the only third-party candidate running for governor of New Jersey. And I'm going to be helping him, giving him a real voice this November. That will be held. The general election will be held on November 2nd, 2021, and the primary is going to be held on June 8th, 2021. So let's begin now, shall we? Yet again breaking up the two-party duopoly and talking about what type of candidate and what type of person Greg Mele is, the Libertarian nominee, coincidentally. Talking about him as a person, what type of governor, and how he will govern the Garden State that will ultimately reimagine New Jersey for generations, and I mean generations to come. So this is his Twitter account based on his messaging, freedom and accountability. That was one of his main messaging, but the reason for his run for governor of New Jersey, under the Libertarian Party, is to improve the law, is to improve New Jerseyans or New Jerseyites' lives, and also pursuing fiscal responsibility or fiscal accountability. And it's coincidentally, it's something what the two-party system has completely forgot. Democrats just want to spend on ridiculous spending, like climate change, spending on an unnecessary high-speed rail, and so on other things as well. And Republicans, they're just as bad as the Democrats. The two-party system doesn't care about being fiscally responsible and fiscally moral. They just care about winning elections and spending, and just exploiting and just letting the national debt get out of control. And it's going to be it's going to put a tremendous financial burden on our country and our youth and the next generation citizens, who's going to be paying more in taxes to actually pay off that debt bit by bit. And Greg Mele is running to actually pursue fiscal responsibility, for being fiscally moral, because that's something not just what New Jersey needs, but that's something what all of this country needs completely. A party and a candidate that will focus on being fiscally moral and fiscally responsible of how we spend our money and how we spend our money. Because it's okay if we spend. It's okay if we increase government spending, as long as we have the money for it. As long as we have the money to pay for these programs that the Democrats and Republicans want to push. But we have to have the money for it. We grow the economy first, and then we spend these money fiscally and responsibly to improve everyone's life in our state and in our country. That will reimagine America for generations, and I mean generations to come. So without further ado, this is a Twitter account, and just like all the other third-party candidates I promoted, like Stacey Pressman running for mayor of New York City, Brad Foreman and Princess Blanding running for governor of Virginia, part of the Liberation Party's not a part of the newly formed Liberation Party, or Foreman running for governor of Virginia as an independent candidate, and Christopher Scott Crunchman running for mayor of New York City as an independent. I will be leaving Greg Mele's campaign website and his Twitter in the comment section below, so you can check him out on social media and on his campaign website. And you never know, you might consider voting for him as a candidate. You might actually like him, and you might want to support him in his run for governor of New Jersey this November. And like what I said before, real change begins with all of us. And it's really time to put the foot down and stop voting for Republican Democrats. They've let us down so many times, and I think it's really time to allow newcomers and new people to enter into the marketplace of ideas that will bring new, fresh-faced ideas that the Democrats and Republicans didn't even think of before, and let him actually give him a chance at governing as he gave Phil Murphy a chance, that you gave Chris Christie a chance. Give Greg Mele a real chance. And as that, this is his campaign website. And just like many of the third-party candidates I've discussed before, he needs your help to get on the state ballot this November. So if you see him locally, and he's working hard, and his campaign's working hard to get enough petitions to be eligible on the ballot in all counties and in all congressional districts in New Jersey, just walk up to him and say hello to him, and if you can, sign the petition. Because even if you don't like him as a candidate, just sign the petition so you can give more of your fellow New Jerseyans a real voice. And where you can give more people a voice, and they feel like they can support a candidate that they feel like they're supporting. Even if you don't like him, just still sign the petition and so you can allow more people to actually vote for their most favorite candidate running for governor of the Garden State this November. Because real change and real power comes from all of us. And so let's start talking about him as a person, Greg Mele, as well. The Libertarian candidate, the Libertarian Party, do have a lieutenant governor. They do have a nominee running for lieutenant governor in New Jersey. But I will go in, and it's one of his running mates, and I will talk about her briefly. But this main video will be mainly about Greg Mele, the Libertarian Party's nominee running for governor of the Garden State. So without further ado, let's actually talk about him as a person and read through his bio on why he's actually running for governor of your state, New Jerseyans. Greg Mele is a lifelong resident of New Jersey. Throughout the years, he has experienced the New Jersey government expand exponentially, and with that, so did the cost of living here. It is time to get New Jersey back on the right track by limiting government, lowering the cost, increasing freedom and our opportunity for everyone to have a real shot at the American dream. And so that really sums up like him and on his fundamental beliefs. He believes in limited government. He believes in giving. He wants to lower the cost. He wants to give you, New Jersey, more freedom and opportunity, and give every person in New Jersey a real chance at pursuing the American dream, giving you guys the opportunity to pursue a life that you want, with no government official telling you how to live your life. Currently, Greg C. Mele, he's practicing in the following areas of law. He practiced in corporate law, contracts, securities, employment law, real estate, intellectual property, technology law, debt collection and negotiation. So, once again, he's running on being fiscally responsible. So this sums up, in part of that bio, he has experience on practicing the following areas of law: debt collection. So that really see that he really believes in being fiscally responsible, how government should spend its money, and as well, he went to school in New Jersey, New York University School of Law. He went to law school. That really, he knows, he has a good understanding of law, and that's something that all candidates should have experience in. They should always have a knowledge of law, and because if you're running for governor, running for an executive position, as governor or lieutenant governor or attorney general, you should have some experience in law, because you're the executive branch. You're the people in the executive branch that are executing the laws passed by the legislature. Passed by the legislature. So you should have some experience. You should always have some knowledge on the laws of your state and the federal government, and have laws, and you have a good understanding of the Constitution of New Jersey and the Constitution of the United States of America. As well, He taught at Stephen Institute of Technology. He has a law and finance graduate course development and teaching. He has a really good understanding of law. He taught at Caroline Dixon University. I could be pronouncing that word through a course teaching about all principles of law. But overall, Greg Mele, he has all the tools and the leadership to make all of this happen, to actually put New Jersey truly back to work, back on the right track of limiting to have smaller government, lowering the cost to promote more freedom and opportunity for all New Jerseyans and for all New Jerseyites. And he wants to also reduce the cost of living in the Garden State, in your state, New Jerseyites. And he has all the experiences. He has a perfect understanding of the law. He has a perfect understanding of debt collection, and that's really like a lot about him as a person. But before I start talking about his platform, this is actually his running mate, the Libertarians' Lieutenant Governor nominee for Lieutenant Governor of the Garden State, Eveline Brownstein. Eveline Brownstein immigrated, and this is her personal bio. Eveline Brownstein immigrated to the United States in 1985, excitedly believing that unlike the countries of her birth and raising the fight for liberty had already been fought. She soon realized that the work of fighting for justice, equity, and liberty is never done, and she committed herself to that work in her adopted country. She became a libertarian after becoming disillusioned by what she saw as a major party hypocrisy in the 1990s. As a young girl, Eveline was inspired to become a voice for those who are not heard. She's passionate about the plight of the impoverished, low-income families, and the homeless, who are seldom helped by government policies despite endless promises and ear-making of taxpayer dollars. Across her 30-plus year career as an HR professional, Eveline has epitomized, I could be pronouncing wrong, her belief in the power of volunteerism as an alternative to government intervention. She has worked countless hours as an ad hoc volunteer and as an officer on the boards of professionals, charitable, and political organization, where she had meaningful impact on meeting community needs gaps throughout her career. Throughout her career, Eveline has worked primarily with small business owners, developing and implementing sound HR policy for their small businesses. Eveline has learned the struggles of small business owners in numerous industries who are seldom consulted but hugely impacted when governor adds additional restrictive regulation to the business climate in which they must operate. It has always dismayed her that the government never takes the time to work with the very businesses that are the source of most of the jobs of in the state. Eveline has taught numerous professional development courses to HR professionals, supervisors, managers, and C-suite executive across New Jersey. And here's their concerns: the source of their sleepless nights and the devastating impact of the executive order lockdowns. It is a mystery to her that small businesses were never consulted when the lockdowns were planned and given no opportunity to be heard or contribute ideas, while the consulting boards were packed with large corporations, most of which only had an affiliate in the state. Eveline deeply understands the struggles of parents. As the parents of 4 special needs children, she is keenly aware of the challenges that parents face when they are unable to choose the best school placement for their child. Hence, Eveline is committed to school choice and advocates for a policy that ensures that property taxes collected for children's schooling follow each child to the schools of the parents' choice and not to the district school. The current policy fails most children and is particularly brutal to children whose parents do not have the financial means to send them to private schools, but who live in neighborhoods where the district schools are failing them. Eveline is a proud alumna of the New Jersey State University system, graduating with honors from Thomas Edison State University, where she received her Master's of Science in Human Resource Management, and her Bachelor's of Art degree in Physiology. She's also certified Senior Professional of Human Resources, SPHR, and has earned the credentials of Senior Certified Professional from the Society for Human Resources Management. In 2013, Eveline ran for the 13th Assembly District. She served as the treasurer for the New Jersey Libertarian Party and its affiliates. The Central New Jersey's Libertarian Party. She is humbled to have earned her party's endorsement for lieutenant governor and is proud to run with Greg Mele, the candidate for New Jersey governor. She believes that together they can find real solutions to the mounting problems residents of this great state are facing. Eveline and her husband, William, are the parents of 7 children: Tricia, Rochella, Elena, Chad, and Benjamin, Amber, and Alexa. The family lives in Westmount, Mountmore County. Wow. They are both, Greg Mele and Eveline E. Brownstein are both very great people that could be actually great politicians. You could have a great governor, a great lieutenant governor of New Jersey. And I honestly believe, just like as I said before, they deserve to be given a chance. So if you ever see them locally, I'm going to repeat myself again. Just sign the petition to allow more people to actually have a voice, to have more voters. You can bring change through civic engagements, through signing their petition to help them get on the ballot, to allow more New Jerseyans, to allow all New Jerseyans to have a real voice this November. You could have record-breaking turnout if you just allow more choices to be present on the ballot, because they both have great ideas, and you know why? And they're going to have, because they've done many things, just like Eveline. She has so much political experience, and she has so much knowledge and how to do things. She knows. She was a former treasurer of the New Jersey Libertarian Party, so she knows how to spend money. She knows how to actually spend money wisely and fiscally, while also being fiscally responsible. She understands the struggles of average people. And she knows the struggles she wants to help small business owners, like what Greg Mele wants. He wants to they both want to limit government. And honestly, they both have great ideas. Everyone has great ideas on how we can fix the major problems of the Garden State's time and America's time. So, and without further ado, let's actually talk about Greg Mele's platform as a candidate for governor of New Jersey. One of his major platforms is that he wants to end the lockdown in the state of New Jersey. Simply because, as he said, as I quote him on his campaign website, lockdowns don't provide any significant added safety benefit, according to science. They especially hurt small businesses and the poor. They serve to expand the wealth gap and advance crony capitalism. We have never quarantined the healthy. Everyone should have the choice to stay home or go out. And honestly, as someone from the state of California, it is simply time to end these ridiculous lockdowns and start because it's only hurting small businesses. It's only hurting people, because it's only hurting people's lives, in my opinion. And the lockdowns aren't doing anything anymore, just hurting people's lives and hurting our businesses' lives, investing in our state's economies. And they should be given a chance to reopen all businesses in every state. I'm talking to New Jersey as well. They should all be given a chance to reopen their economies, like smartly and intelligently. Because I think it's always important by the rule of government to keep everyone safe. And if it means to have a plan to actually reopen New Jersey for the better, New Jersey, part by part, to get letting small business, loosening up some regulations so small businesses can start reopening and investing in New Jersey's economy, then so be it. But it's time to end the lockdowns and start reopening New Jersey for the better. So that's one of his main policies platforms that he wants to do to actually get New Jersey back on the right track. So he can give all New Jerseyans the freedom to pursue a life that they want to live in the Garden State. As well, he wants about promoting school choice and homeschooling consumer options. He believes in competition. He wants to always incentivize better performances in education. That will always incentivize better performances and better education. He wants more. He also wants school choice that will foster competitive educational institutions to that will benefit New Jersey's children. With more efficiently organized administrations, costs can come down dramatically. And what he believes in is by encouraging school choice and homeschooling, tax revenues will always follow the suits, and they can lead the way in better academic performances. And as for medical regulations and enabling consumer choice, backing it up with the free market again, with the market. With COVID-19 cases rising, there is more need for increased hospital and treatment capacity. Obstacles to our private sector healthcare workers need to be removed, and COVID-19 patients need access to drugs that have already been approved elsewhere. Most disturbing under the current governor's direction. Our vulnerable seniors have been slaughtered in nursing homes receiving COVID-19 patients. So he really wants, this is backing up again about limited government. He wants to reduce a lot of government regulations to promote more freedom and opportunity for businesses to invest and that will always keep growing New Jersey's economy. It's all about limited government to him and also growing the economy forward. Something what the modern Republican Party believes in, loosening up, reducing government regulation and letting the businesses, letting the private sector grow the economy to improve on everyday people's lives. And he believes in encouraging private sector innovation that will help fight climate change. And you know what? This is something that the free market, that businesses in the private sector can do. The government doesn't always is not the only ones to fight climate change. The private sector can also, because through how Greg Mele quote, as I'm quoting Greg Mele, American innovation has always led to a competitively low level of carbon emissions. Due to government enabling the private sector to respond to consumer demand for responsible clean energy options, New Jersey, however, has the most business and innovation unfriendly environments in the nation. Our state needs to take a reality-based look at the pros and cons of all energy options and encourage innovative techniques as an example to the world. And this is important because as much as I appreciate us moving away from carbon emissions, it's okay if we use some areas of carbon emissions. But in my opinion, not to get off topic here, the government is not always capable in solving many of these solutions. Sometimes you have to encourage the private sector. Sometimes you have to keep investing in our entrepreneurs, because they're the ones that will lead the way in developing new types of energy sources, new types of energy options for people to make us more energy independent as a country, but also as your state, as he wants to do for your state. He wants to help you pursuing all energy options, to make sure you guys be energy independent, and always encouraging the private sector to always find ways to innovate in fighting climate change. And I'm not done here. Let me see. As well, as for the small businesses, he wants to address the issue of small businesses and taxes that are leaving the state. Our current governor suggests that if you don't like paying taxes, you are welcome to leave New Jersey. His strategy is working for the people of our state who can no longer afford to stay here. The mass exodus we are experiencing in New Jersey is unprecedented and will continue until policies change. Small businesses are struggling with fees and taxes that are crippling their ability to stay afloat and provide jobs for others. This is causing many businesses to close permanently and many others to leave the state. Meanwhile, many small businesses have been shut down while mega stores were kept open to benefit the current governor's cronies. We are now left with a budget gap that can't be closed without a federal bailout. Money that also comes from you. With the talent pool in our workforce, there is no need for government dependency. If spending, we're even marginally responsible, then the people could continue to support their families with no need for any increase in government spending. And just like that, this sums up part of his main reason. He wants to give small businesses more freedom. He wants to loosen up regulation, have less taxes so smaller businesses can start getting back and coming back to New Jersey in droves to actually, so they can start investing in the economy to be more business friendly, and so they can grow the economy, which is true, because part of GDP is investment. Businesses will, as long as you be more business friendly, be more pro friendly, businesses will start investing in your state. That will keep growing, that will keep increasing your GDP, that will attract a lot more people, that will attract tourism, that will keep growing your state's population and make everyone's life better. And that's important, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to be more business friendly and lower taxes so more and more businesses can start setting up camp in your state that will keep improving on the lives of all of your New Jerseyans. So, and this is some of his platform that he stands on, and what type of policy that he will implement to actually make New Jerseyans and New Jersey's lives better. And just like that, he just has great ideas, as the Democrats and Republicans do. And if you don't like him as a candidate, and I'm going to repeat myself again, help him get on the ballot. Sign the petition. Sign his petition to give more New Jerseyans a real voice this November in the year of 2021 on November 2nd. Give them a real voice. And he does have some events planned. I will go to it. Let me see. No upcoming events currently, but he will have some events, and I will post a link to his campaign website and his Twitter, so you guys can stay up to date on his campaign, so you guys can learn more about some events that he's currently planning with him in his campaign. But if you see him locally, just say hi and talk to him, get in public and locally, to get to know him as a candidate, where he stands on certain issues, And in the comment section below, tell me what do you guys think about him as candidate? If you live in New Jersey, would it be someone you would consider voting for governor of New Jersey? And to be honest, he would be another incredible politician, incredible governor, just like Eveline Brownstein. They have a story. They have a lot of experiences, what they did in their lives, and they're also lifelong residents of the Garden State. And just like that, share your thoughts on what you think about them as a candidate, on what you think about some of their ideas. Like again, and if you're interested, sign the petition. If you're not interested, still sign the petition to allow more people to have a real voice, to give more New Jerseyans or New Jerseyites a real voice in this next gubernatorial and lieutenant gubernatorial election. Because real change begins with all of us that will reimagine New Jersey for generations, and I mean generations come, and reimagine, but that will ultimately reimagine the promise of America for generations to come, which will fundamentally break up the two-party duopoly. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and share other third-party candidates in the comment section below that are running for public office, because I will pay attention. I will engage with my viewers, and I will promote other other candidates that are running for Senate, that are running for governor, that are running for president or House election in 2021, 2022, or 2024. Share your comments. Share other third-party candidates in the comment section below, and I will promote them, because ultimately real change begins with all of us, because we are the creators. We are the people that will create a new path forward for this great country, that will fundamentally reimagine the promise of America for generations, and I mean generations to come. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is the Young Centrist, and I am out.